Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about hiding guns off-site. Okay, so that means not on your property. So in the past I've talked about different ways to hide guns on your property, burying them. We talked about hiding them inside the walls, all sorts of, in the attic, in the basement, under the floor, all that stuff. And that's all well and good, but here's the thing. The reality is that the most likely scenario that, where you're going to need to be hiding your guns is not immediately against the government, but more immediately against a hostile family member, okay, who might use the legal system to give you as much difficulty as possible, particularly in a divorce type of situation, in which case they're looking to make you look as bad as possible. And it's almost like, in a modern day divorce type of situation, which I have never been in or have no intention of ever being in, but sometimes you can't control those things. In a modern day divorce or in a hostile type of divorce dispute where you have two people that are, not parting ways nicely, and they end up in the court system and they end up with these custody battles. Each member of this prior union is trying to make the other person look as bad as possible. Okay, so it's almost like status quo that in that type of situation, either one or both of them will try to get a restraining order. Even in the case where one is really not needed, they will do it anyway because they're trying to build up some type of a they're trying to create a type of impression, okay? So then if they get a restraining order against you, you have to kind of go, because that's a serious thing, there's serious implications. Basically, you can't go buy guns in most places while there's a restraining order on you. So you have to go to court, pay money, pay lawyers to get that lifted, okay? So that's been the case for many decades now. So the new thing that's coming up is with all these red flag laws, again, in an effort for one spouse to make the other, or one ex-spouse to make the other one look bad. They're going to say that this person's crazy. They're so crazy that they shouldn't have guns, okay? So again, it's more of an effort to make you look bad. So basically, and plus the lawyers charge money for this, right? So the lawyers are going to be, hey, maybe, is there an opportunity here to try and get a restraining order? Is there an opportunity here to try and hit them with a red flag law? Because the lawyer is just thinking about trying to, work up some more billable hours. So there's in that type of situation, there's a very good chance that they're going to try and hit you with some type of a red flag law. Even if your state doesn't have a red flag law, they might try to bring something up against along those lines to make you look bad. So you basically need to get your guns off your property, okay? Storage places are probably one of your best options. Moving it to another property that you own probably is not going to help you so much because they know where that other property is, right? They know everything about you. They know where your properties are. They even know where your friends are. So even moving it to other family members, may not be the best option. If they know that you're close with somebody and there's a high chance that you're gonna have that person hold your stuff for you. Although in many states that won't be an issue because because it's no longer in your immediate control. In some states it could be an issue. So a good option is like one of these storage places. Now with these storage places, obviously it has to be I would tell you to find a storage place in a neighborhood or in an area that's less prone to break-ins, okay? That has an overnight security system, cameras, that sort of stuff. So here's the important thing, you get yourself one of these off-site storage areas, not like in your immediate neighborhood, a little further out, right? Because if they're looking for the guns, they're most likely going to go to the nearest storage place, to wherever you happen to be living. So get one that's a little further out, maybe half an hour out, maybe in another state, right? If you have a neighboring state, if you're like in a state like New York or New Jersey, okay? Rent out one of these storage places, maybe in, Pennsylvania or Virginia, or, in these other gun-friendly states, Ohio, because you can it's legal for you to move your guns out of that state. In most of these states, it's you can move into these states with your guns. So in the process of doing so, right, as part of your moving process, you can move your guns into a storage facility. So when you go to one of these storage facilities, what you definitely want to do, don't just buy 1 month and have them charge your card every month. Okay. The important thing here is pay like a whole year, or if you think it's going to last more than a year, pay 2 years or 3 years in advance. I mean, if they're charging you, I don't know, whatever, $50 a month, I mean, okay. I mean, you're in the middle of let's say, a really expensive divorce case that's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Pay I mean, an AR today is worth like $700-800. And plus if you have a lot of guns, pay $1,000 for the next 3 years, right? Pay it up front, because you don't want them charging your card every month. 2 reasons. Number one, something might happen where for some reason they're not able to charge your card, and you don't become aware of that. And what's going to happen is if they go to charge your card and it can't get charged, and they can't reach you within like I don't know, 30 days or 60 days or maybe 9 days, they're going to auction off your property. Okay, that's what the storage places do. They actually make a lot. That's part of their money making business, right? That's part of their money making plan. They know at some point a lot of people leave their stuff behind. And when a certain amount of time passes and they don't claim that stuff, they don't pay the fees, they auction the stuff off. Okay, so you want to do is pay 3 years in advance, up front, preferably cash. If that's an option. But even if it has to be put on a credit card, pay it up front. Because here's the thing: if down the road you're asked to present credit cards, and they're looking for something like this, they're looking for they're expecting a monthly recurring charge. Okay, they're not going to be looking for a $1,000 charge, that was like 3 years ago, right? Because that could be anything. That could be like, hey, I had to rent my, I had to like store some stuff, and that was 3 years ago. So they're usually looking for a current charge that's recurring. So by like 3 years, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you lose, let's say you end up only needing 6 months. Hey, I mean, it's like buying insurance, at least you know that you're gonna have your guns. But buy like 3 years in advance, pay it up front, cash if that's an option. If not, a money order, right? You get $1,000 money order, $2,000, whatever it is. Your guns are worth a lot more than $1,000 to $2,000, right? So pay that up front and know that you're good for the next 3 years, and then this way you know that, hey, you can just check on it, maybe every 6 months or every, if you have to, right? If you have to go into deep hiding, once a year. So I just wanted to share those ideas with you guys. If you guys have any other ideas, please post them in the comment section. I'm always looking for different ideas. We're kind of helping each other out here. So I'm putting some ideas out there to try help some people that might be in that type of a situation, or might be coming up in that type of a situation in the future. But some of you other guys may have some other great ideas. Put in the comment section so you can help other people out that are going to be looking at this video. Okay, so if you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.